So it's like, David, maybe somebody from Canada or somebody from Great Britain, but David, you are from the United States. I mean, this is exactly, if you met people from there, they say this joke. He looked at me and he's like, David, now I tell you joke. David, if you speak 3 languages, you're trilingual. If you speak 2 languages, you're bilingual. David, if you speak 1 language, what are you? I said, you're monolingual. He said, no, you are from the United States. It's exactly what they say. So I went back to my neighborhood. Now, my neighborhood back home was 99% Hispanic. I never met the other 1%. I just know that they were there somewhere, statistically. They were probably hiding, I don't know. So I told the dudes in my neighborhood, I said, guys, I'm gonna learn languages, I'm gonna go to school, and I'm gonna travel all over the world. And the dudes in my neighborhood, they all looked at me, and they all said, David, we are so proud to be your parents. Really? Congratulations. This letter says that you're going to Yale. Really? You're going to jail. And so like this is what I was facing, right? Like I was going into the adult world and I was facing these 2 forces. Like on the one hand, man, I wanted to go to school, but I didn't feel smart enough. I was seeing people in school like that were telling me I couldn't do it. Even like principals and like a few teachers, they were letting me know that I wasn't good enough to make it. But on the other hand, there was a dream seed inside of me that I wanted to graduate. I wanted to have the ability to write my own future. Not to be told, if you come from this neighborhood, David, if you come from South Texas, you are stuck. I wanted to break the mold. And maybe some of you this morning, you find yourself there, man. First day of school, first day of orientation, and you're ready. You have a picture of what your life can be. You have a dream seed. And you're facing these 2 forces, man. On the one hand, you want to go for it. You're saying, this is it. This is my moment to write a story. But on the other hand, you're facing the reality that there are some challenges, that maybe you have your own struggles, that they might not be like mine. And you're here in the middle saying, but I think I can do it. And I want to let you know, students, that it is possible. And I want to share with you this morning 4 keys, 4 things that I want to challenge you to find over the next journey that you have here, the duration of your journey in university. And if you'll find these things, listen, I want to let you know that you will find, you're guaranteed to find success. Now, success for everyone is different, right? And you got to define your own success. And I want to give you 4 keys to help you find it. Now, the truth is, students, I was having these challenges, but the truth is, like, I was not that great student in school. Like, I struggled in school. I was a flunky. I failed algebra, right? I failed biology. Maybe that's why I didn't know what my principal was talking about. I failed that class. I failed typing. But the one class I don't know how I failed. I have a Mexican dad. I grew up 5 minutes from Mexico. I have a Mexican citizenship. I have dual citizenship, American and Mexican. We traveled in Mexico all over summers, and I failed Spanish for non-native speakers. Yeah, I was that guy. I was good at failing. Now, my sister, on the other hand, I make fun of her in my presentations because she's not here. But the truth is my older sister, she's beautiful, she's brilliant, and she was crushing it in school. I remember, like, at her graduation, like, she finished her college, she finished it in 4 years, scholarship, honors program, dean's list, right? 3.93, she had a full-time job and she was doing that. And I remember at her graduation, I thought they were talking about somebody else because they called out her name, but they added like all these other letters, right? When they called out her name, then they were like Summa, Cum Laude, Delta, Delta Airlines, Delta International, Delta Express. I didn't know what was going on. I told my mom, Mom, do I need a boarding pass? Do we get upgraded? What's going on? I didn't know what was going on. Like my sister was that smart. Then after that, she went on to do her master's degree, finished it in 2 years, 3.93 honors program, dean's list. My sister was crushing it. Not me. I had problems in school, right? And I remember my dad. My dad was so proud of my sister. My dad would brag about her. He would be like, this is Elizabeth. We are so proud of Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a golden child in our lives. Yes, My Mexican dad became British when he talked about my sister. Even the name Elizabeth, her name means gift of God. And she's a gift of God into our lives. And David, we don't know what his name means. It probably means Jesus take the wheel or something. We don't know. Take somebody, Jesus. We don't know. So like my dad, like they would brag about her. And I used to feel like, man, I'm not that good in school. So I felt like I wasn't hitting it. But then somebody like had a chit chat with me. And they said, David, do you know why you struggle in school? And I said, no, but I have a feeling you're about to tell me. And they said, David, you are an autodidact. And I said, no, I'm Mexican. And they said, do you know what an autodidact is? And I said, no, but it sounds like a German car that goes fast. And they said, David, you have like a different learning style. David, you got to figure out what your learning style is. And once I found out that I had a different way of learning and processing things, I discovered my own genius. And students, in this journey of university, listen, one of the greatest things, the reason I love college, I love university, is because like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't like in high school that you don't have to do in university anymore. Like remember that crazy like atomic chart like in science classes? Like I've never used that in my life. I've never been drinking a soda thinking how many protons and electrons are in that Diet Coke. Never happened in my life. Never used it since. I've never used a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You might. That might be your career. I don't know. But the thing is that like in college, like if there's stuff that you want to focus on, you can discover your own genius. And students, the very first thing I want to inspire you, I want to encourage you to get in this journey is discover your genius. Find your genius. Now, science today has taught us so much. Science today has taught us that every single one of you is a genius. So this morning, I am beyond privileged because not only is it my first time in Wisconsin, but I am privileged because I am here at the University of Wisconsin, Whitewaters, and I am here as a genius speaking to a room filled with geniuses. Every single one of you have a genius potential, and that's who you are. How to discover your genius. See, when you find your genius, you become unstoppable, right? Like I used to have problems in school, but when I found my strength, man, it only took me 8 weeks in Switzerland, and I was speaking French on the streets, right? Not perfect, but I was speaking French fluently after 8 weeks. That's my genius, right? And so every single one of you, you have to find your genius. Your success is tied up in finding what it is. Find your thing, find your passion. Don't wake up in the morning and say, well, I gotta walk to this. Find something that in the morning when you wake up, you run to it. See, there's a lot of things I cannot do, right? Like, I'm not good with working like with mechanics and stuff. Like if something breaks, it's broken. And my friends are like, whoa, dude, you don't know how to fix stuff? But you're Mexican. Yeah, I know, but I don't fix stuff. Right? If I'm like on the car and like we get a flat tire and my friends are like, David, what are we gonna do? I don't know what you're gonna do. I'm a runner. I'm gonna run home. You guys can Uber it or whatever. I can't fix a flat tire. That's on you. Right? I can't cook. I remember this one girl I used to date. She's like, David, it's because my last boyfriend used to cook for me all the time. Well, you gotta go back with him because I can't cook. I'll order pizza or something, sushi. That's my, because I can't do that. But there's other things that I can do. And your genius, right? That's where, when you find your thing, man,